Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Doodle Robot and today I'm going to share with you my sci-fi coloring book collection. This is inspired by Pixie, of Pixie's project, so she just did this video and I thought I would do it also. I have kind of done it before when I did all of my coloring books, and then of course when I bought lots of my sci-fi books I've showed them as well. But this is my collection thus far. So I'll clear away the clutter and we'll get started. Again, do pay Pixie's projects a visit and see hers as well. We've only got a couple of books overlapping, which is odd, so I find it interesting. So I've got it sorted into a few categories. We've got the Earth and Space coloring book kind of in its own category. These are just photographs from the archives of NASA. I think somewhere it did say who it was illustrated by. I can't remember. Oh, illustrations by Marcio Fiorito. I don't know if you can zoom in on that, but I probably said that wrong. Okay, so yeah, so these are super cool. If you've got the photograph here and the illustrated image there, it kind of starts out at the beginning. You're closer to home, Earth pictures. And then as you go farther back in the book, it's easier for me to flip from back to front though. As you go farther back in the book, it seems like it gets farther away. Lots of the cool nebulas and clouds and interesting things like that. Now, when I saw this book, there was a flip through. But the pictures, I'm like, I don't know, they don't look that good. And I was just trying to get enough to get a Blick order together to reach the $45 threshold. And I'm like, okay, I can buy the book or I can pay the same amount in shipping, so I just got the book. The pictures didn't really, on the, on YouTube, the pictures that I saw weren't as beautiful as they are in real life, so I have yet to color in this one. So many books, so little time, you know how it is. And I keep buying more, so yeah, this is really cool. I look forward to coloring it. My first one came damaged, and I actually have two, and I have figured out what I'm going to do with my damaged book. So future collages are coming that utilize the interesting space phenomenon there. So yeah, I look forward to coloring in that one. And the next category is, I don't know, they're just kind of like space girls, I guess. So we'll just start with that. So we've got Carla Magana, Stardust Spaceless coloring book. Of course, had to get that. That's the first Carla Magana book I got. Of course, anything to do with space, robot, sci-fi. These are really cool, definitely in the Carla Magana style. I mean, her style lends itself well to this genre, I think. I love the ray guns. There's two ray guns. One of these I want to make into like an old style poster, you know, like the movie posters or the magazine posters of comic books and stuff like that. I did color one in here. It's actually my first coloring of Carla Magana, and hindsight, I would have done this black here to make it pop, but I had already drawn stuff on there. I wasn't gonna go around it, so my lady in her little bubble hat there. All right, we've got Deborah Muller's Space Girls and Aliens. Again, this is just all kind of like alien women. Really cool. I like this one a lot. I've done her. This was one of my first like kind of alcohol marker pages, and this is color shift in the background. A little bit of gel pen, acrylic paint, markers. Otherwise, that's the only thing in the book colored. As I've said before, it's my goal to kind of color one in every book that I've bought and double back around. Although this year I kind of have new goals. I may color one or two in a book and then move on to the next book. I really must slow down my buying habits if I'm going to catch up with myself, though. So Space Girls and Aliens by Deborah Muller. And then we have Space Dreams. This is put out by, this is a sci-fi adult coloring book adventure. This is put out by Lightburst Media. I have another one from Lightburst Media, and this one I believe is the one that doesn't say who illustrated it, unless it's Bonnie Bright, who wrote this little blurb here. These two from Lightburst Media were quite expensive. I think they were a little overpriced for what they are, but they're definitely true to the title. They are definitely sci-fi. And I usually lump science fiction and fantasy together, but if I included my fantasy books, which like anything from Kirby Roseanne's, you know, we'd be here all night. So just doing strictly sci-fi, although I do have a few honorable mentions at the end. So I have flip-throughs of most of these sci-fi books on my channel somewhere. Please feel free to check them out. And then we have the steampunk category. I have two in the steampunk category. I'm thinking about getting Hannah Lynn's steampunk, maybe? I don't know. We shall see. But this is Creative Haven Steampunk Devices by, I think this is a Jeremy Elder book. I like Jeremy Elder. This one is great, though. I was surprised. I really like the colors here, so that's inspiring. And it's odd because I probably wouldn't have used those colors for steampunk, but they look good. The ones we see on the cover. So these are just devices. I think Creative Haven has another steampunk book, which focused more on clothing, I believe. You know, it had lots of people in it, and I don't get a huge number of people books, although I am starting to get more. So yeah, there's a flip through of this on my channel as well. Most of these books there's a flip through on my channel, so if you want the full flip through, just scroll back a bit and you'll find it. Another Dover color, well, not Creative Haven, but Dover Steampunk Animals. These are the ones that are stapled down the middle. I like the paper in these. This is also by Jeremy Elder. And this has just some really cool steampunk animals. I like that they're busy, yet not too busy. They're doable, I feel. Let me get you centered there. These are double-sided. Like I said, I have some of these other Dover books. I like the paper. Of course, if you do alcohol markers, you're not going to be able to do that here. But I like colored pencil. My Prismacolors work great on this paper. And there is a flip through of this already on my channel. Steampunk Animals by Jeremy Elder. And then we have the big category, kind of big, I guess. This is my robot collection. So let's look at that. I've got the cute little book. This is a little by the Oatmeal. 404 not found. 404, and there's a flip through of this on my channel. 404 is a little robot who could not be found. It's about a missing robot. It's really good. I mean, he's not, you know, Dr. Seuss, but tries hard. I guess there's hidden objects you can find. Every day the robots wake and eat their daily robot cake. It's their job, these little bots, every day to connect the dots. There's a dot to dot here. This is a good book. They click and whine, beep and whir. It's a mechanical garden, a beautiful purr. Until one morning, much to their astound, number 404, he was not found. And I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. There's a flip through where I think I read it. But, you know, what happened to 404? Let's see. Perhaps he hung with some party bats and he drank too much of their party juice. He slipped and fell on some knives. It might not be PG. He made friends with some baby owls who were the ones who had the knives. He got attacked by a kraken. He went golfing with a dolphin. This is good. He ran into a barodactyl. So, great white shark, the trolls, a contemplative fog with an existential frog. This is funny. There's a big mantis, a black hole, evil cats from outer space, the land of beard, an angler meal he became. My favorite one, the toilet squid. So, this is just a book of his friends looking for 404. Very clever. We've got another Dover book. This is one geared towards kids. It's the Dover Spark. But I don't know. It seems okay for adults too. Can't wait to color this one. Again, there's flip throughs of most of these. You just have to scroll back a bit on my channel to find them. These look like they'll be fun. These are one-sided. Very thick lines. I like very thick lines on my sci-fi stuff. I think that just goes with the genre. I like that one a lot. All right, that is Robots Rule by Dover Spark. Oh, it must be illustrated by Linda Rakos. Probably didn't say that right. We've got Retro Robots. This is another one by Lightburst Media, I think. Yeah, Lightburst Media. This one, artwork by Gary McCluskey. And so it's true to its title. This is Retro Robots. None of these that I've showed you have double images. I don't like to buy books with double images, although there is one coming up. Unfortunately, the lines are not very thick in this, but I think I will do some thickening of some of the lines, perhaps to use alcohol marker here. That way we can have some thick and some thin lines. These are all cool. They're very retro-y. I really like this book. Although I do think it was a little bit overpriced for what you get. Robot riding a surfboard. We've got a robot kind of like, oh, what was the Japanese dinosaur that attacked Tokyo? I can't remember. Godzilla. Robot family, robots in space, robots, I don't know what he's doing. He's driving around. Robots in space. It's very retro-y. I really like this one. I think I would personally go and, like I said, thicken up some of the lines. They're pretty thin. Ooh, futuristic city. Oh, here we have another Godzilla type one. So, yeah, retro robots. And then this one was marketed more towards kids. And unfortunately, when I bought this one, I didn't know it had double images. But I do like the robots in here. These robots do basically everyday things. So we've got playing soccer. I don't know, basketball maybe. We've got a Robo, what is that, airplane? You've got your Robo Dad and a Robo Cat. You've got a Robo race car driver, Robo Mom cooking dinner, Robo volleyball, nice dark outlines, Robo band, Robo mouse catcher, Robo pilots. So you get the idea. Repair bot. They're doing everyday things. RoboCop. So, yeah. This one was a Mickey coloring book. I don't know if I said that wrong. Mickey. So it's the City of Robots. It was marketed towards kids, but it said adults as well. And I don't know. It seems easy yet not. All right. The Best in Show book. And there's also a flip through of this on my channel. I think is Creative Haven's Futuristic Worlds by Josh Carrington. This is one of those books. This is on my list of books to finish in my lifetime. This is nice. And like I said, there's a really slow flip through on my channel that you can look up. It's way back there. I bought this a while ago. I've yet to color in it. It's kind of like my Thomas Love Tomic books. It's like, oh, they're so nice. I want to get a little better at coloring before I tackle them. So yeah, this is super duper. Like I said, the best of my sci-fi books, I think. So yeah, if you're interested in a slow flip through, you can just scroll back in my list. Now, we have a few honorable mentions here, which we'll talk about, which I don't know if they're sci-fi, but we'll see. You can give your opinion in the comments if you like. This is Lost Lumina by Christina McAllister. And there is just something about this book that reminds me, it's got this style like Flash Gordon. It just reminds me of like that kind of sci-fi TV show or movies. It just seems kind of Flash Gordon-y. I don't know what else I can say. I think the Luminas or something else. I don't know. She wrote about it. I didn't read it because I don't care. So it just has a very, very old style sci-fi movie flavor to it, feel to it in some of these. Not all like this one, so much so. Christina McAllister is, I'm going to buy one of her books every month or two until I get her full collection, I think, or at least all the ones I want from the collection. I just ordered one today. Oh, there is one done here. Probably the least sci-fi one. She seems more like a sun goddess or something. At least that's how I drew her, sun goddess. So yeah, very cool. I don't know. I feel this one is sci-fi. But you can give your opinion in the chat box below. I've also got an honorable mention category, floating islands, because all of these islands are kind of lost in space here. So, I don't know. That seems kind of sci-fi-ish to me. It's in my the beautiful space realm. It's definitely surrealism. You're juxtaposing things that don't go together. But they are all located way out there in space. So that is Floating Island by Coco Wyo. Honorable mention. You can tell me if you think it belongs in my sci-fi collection. And then the last one, probably the weakest in in the honorable mentions is Das Mangamania. Possibly illustrated by that person. Maybe. I don't know. Now I know it's probably classical manga. I don't really know anything about anime or manga. But there's something about the way these look, and there's lots of even little steampunky elements in here too, that just kind of screams a little bit of sci-fi to me. Like this bug machinery thing seems sci-fi-ish to me. And there's a few other ones. I was looking through it the other day, trying to decide. I've got some pages marked that are going to be my first pages. I don't know which one yet. Some just have little machineries to them. Like this one, the bee seems kind of sci-fi-ish. I guess it depends on how you define sci-fi. This one is a snake, but it's got a steampunk flavor to it. I think it's got parts on it. Strange parts that do weird things. So, that is my sci-fi coloring book collection thus far. I imagine more will be added to it as I find stuff in the future. All right, so I thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time. I look forward to seeing you next time. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is for you. Have a wonderful day. Live long and prosper. Bye-bye.